Guys, congratulations on this. I watched 3 episodes back to back yesterday, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. How was it getting that call, sort of, to say you're going to work on something by Sally Wainwright?
Yeah, I mean, I was elated. I was absolutely elated. Just a dream come true. Really?
Did you do your audition for it?
Yeah. Well, thank you though, because that's an honour that you thought that maybe I just...
No. But I think audition processes are sort of fascinating when you're kind of like, you sort of slowly kind of learn more and more about a role, and then the kind of closer you get to it, the sort of more you want it, and then it just becomes such a big thing.
You start picturing it in your mind. I always learned not to do that. Yeah.
Did you guys know each other before working together?
No.
We knew of each other. As in I knew obviously your work,
I knew
but I didn't.
Nick's
but
work.
we'd never met before.
In fact, we don't really know each other now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lovely to meet you.
On camera.
Obviously there's the historical side of things, like the highwaymen and sort of this, like the odd female that would be part of that kind of thing. But it's also quite funny, and that's because you two are really, really good at mixing comedy with seriousness.
I think there's always humour, within Sally's scripts and in her characters. I think that makes them all the more real and flawed and true and, relatable. So I think that's essential. And it's something Sally does really well.
Yeah, definitely. I think, with Billy in particular, because he is otherworldly, there was kind of quite a lot of fun stuff to sort of play with, sort of his voice, kind of how he moves, how he looks and stuff. So it was inherently, his presence is surprising, certainly to Nell, and obviously no one else can see him. So it's a funny dynamic, as in the setup is funny almost, because it's sort of like, they're kind of this odd couple, really. Sort of a double act sort of chemistry to it, where one of them sort of maybe more confident than the other, but it kind of, it flips a little bit. So they bounce off each other well.
Let's talk accents. Nick, I don't think I've ever seen you do a northern accent before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I do a northern accent in Ted Lasso, and I'm from the north, and Mr. Swallow is not.
But you usually do more
quite,
of like southern.
Well, my accent is I guess slightly neutral now, but I'm from Leeds originally, so it's not that difficult to sort of go up to that, but we actually tried lots of different accents for Billy. He was Scottish for a bit. Can you remember those tests? We did all those tests for it, and I remember Ben Taylor, the director Ben, and maybe even John Jennings as well, the producer, saying we kind of want a balance of accent, because we've basically got every single accent is in the show, so we kind of had to just sort of be and I've said this before, but I increasingly felt that Billy was probably Sally Wainwright, really, like that Billy was sort of the guide for this character in her head, and quite not sure where it's going, but sort of finding this sort of path together. So I just, we kind of landed on, and because I knew I could sort of probably make it funniest in Northern, colloquially. But there were certain words that you can't say, like you couldn't say okay. Okay wasn't around. And occasionally I'd say okay as sort of riff on the line a bit, and it's like no, because it's not around. And
there's actually an ad-lib in the first episode where I say, "Are you dumb?"
And was dumb.
And it's left it. I doubt it.
I think they were on it. They would have got rid of it.
Say, "Are you soft?"
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I've always since I was a small child, always had fun putting on different accents, and it's just about getting the opportunity for someone to trust you to actually do one. So with the Cockney, I was scared to do it because obviously the infamous Dick Van Dyke, do you know what I mean, has made this a notoriously criticised accent to do. But my partner's actually a Cockney, and obviously and I lived with his family at the time, so. He was
Billy Blind, wasn't he?
And he read in for Billy when you were filming Ted Lasso.
I would hear the guides that your boyfriend did, and I was like, oh, great. Yeah. It was really fun.
Fabulous. Yeah. Thank you so much, both of you. I really enjoyed it, and congratulations again.
Thanks,
Linda. Thank you so
much.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys.
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys.